Lists are very useful when it comes to handling custom data types, but it may sometimes get tricky to handle data within these lists. With OutSystems, there are also inbuilt list functions, list actions which are available that developers can use. Let's see in this video how we can use them. So here we are looking at my Service Studio. I'm inside a reactive web application. I'll first of all create a structure for a number item. This number item will have a list of numbers. Next, we will go to the interface and create a screen. Let this be my home page. And through the screen, we will manipulate the list. Okay, so let me give it a title. And then, first of all, to populate the list, we will create some local variables of the type, that structure that we have created earlier on. First will be the number item itself. I'm keeping the name same so the data type is automatically advised by the platform. Then we'll also have a list of number items, which will be number items with an S. So it becomes a number item list. What we'll do next is use the number item, tie it with a text box or some input variable, and then use it to append values into number items list of lists. So how to do it is by first of all putting up a text box, too big, and then tying it up with the number item dot number. Next to it we can add a button that we'll use for appending the elements into the list. Number to the list. And then the logic will be somewhat like this. So here, now just to give you a brief overview, if you go to manage dependencies, under the system you will find a lot of these actions that are built in and are available. So for handling the list, there are so many, starting from searching, filtering, sorting, removing. There are so many things that are available. Now, just to note, there are two kinds. One is from the client side, so things that you can handle on the client side itself, and there are also these available on the server side. So depending on your scenario, you may want to use one or the other. Now all the references are already there, so what I will do next is use the list append to append the value into the list that I have on the page, number items with an S, and the element will be the number item that is there, which the number field is already tied to the text box. Once this is added, we can perhaps set the number item dot number to 0 again, so it's empty, and this will be added. To see the values in the list, what we can do is display the number items, the list here. Do big again, so let me reduce the size, and perhaps I can put this table into a container to set some margins, just to make it look better. Okay. Now with this, we will keep on adding the numbers, and those numbers will appear here. Now they have a proper order. In the list, the number first, the first element is represented by 0. Then there's first place, second place, and so on and so forth. Now if you want to do further modifications in the list, if you want to access any element in there, you will go by that order. Now for example, let's say if you want to find the second highest number in the list, how to do that? So to do it in a proper way, let me add that functionality by adding a button here, and let's say this button is something that helps to find the second highest number. Okay, now when we find the second highest number, what we can do is display a message identifying the number. Okay, so that will be in the message field, and the message field I can display here next to the button. So next we are going to provide the logic of what happens when somebody clicks on this button. So we are going to use another list action called list sort. Basically we'll sort the list by the numbers. It looks somewhat like this, by the number and in the descending order. So we already have the list sorted from highest to lowest, and then we know using the list element which is at the first place. Remember, 0 is the first, but at the first one place, that's the second element. We can access the second highest number. So to complete my work, what I will do is the message. We'll set the message here, which is basically number items, the element at number 1. Okay, that's the second element. Dot number is the second highest. And that's it. Let's go ahead and publish the application and test it out. By the way, you can see there are many kind of actions available here. You can append, fuse filter, remove the elements. All of these gives you a way of handling data within your list. My application is ready, so let's go ahead and test it out. First of all, let's add some numbers. 2, 3, 8, 9, 21. I think if I click on the second highest, it should identify number 9 as the right answer. And it works. Okay, so you saw how the list append is working here when I'm clicking on add number to the list. You also saw how the find second highest number is working when I'm using the list sort and identifying the second element in there. Let's see what happens when I add new number. So by this now, number 20 should be the second highest, which is what it tells. Thanks for watching.